If it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, 'cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. And crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins.
What's up, everybody? It's the Crypto Crow. It is Wednesday at 12:02 p.m. Eastern Time, and I was getting ready to head out, and I thought, you know what? I will. I'm just going to do a video. I was going to do. I've been working on several different things, but I figured this one. It's not exactly as you're going to think, based off of the. I don't know if there's something wrong with the system. It looks like it's fine. What's up, Crypto KC? Isaac, what's up? I labeled this top 5 masternodes, but realistically, it's going to be a little bit more than that, in the sense that I'm not going to just try and rush through, tell you about 5 masternodes real quick and call it a day, just try and pump my bags. That's not really what this is about. So, hopefully it'll be a little beneficial. I've had like a really shitty morning. My lawyers are getting ready to start suing the shit out of somebody. And it's not fun for me because, it's just that, why can't anybody just do what they say they're going to do? That's all I can say. No problems with crow mining or anything like that. It's something completely different, but, I'm just tired of dirtballs in the space. I really am. They burn me out. People, there's no accountability. I mean, there's no nothing in this space, and it's really frustrating. But anyway, there'll likely be news on that later. But we'll see. So anyway, I wanted to discuss masternodes a bit because I really do like masternodes. I like the idea of being able to just purchase some of a particular coin, stick them on a wallet, and collect more ultimately. So they are really, the potential for them to be very, very good passive income streams is there for sure. So there's one thing that I wanted, the first one and these are not in any particular order, and we're going to go into some other things here after I talk about these specific projects. Actually, I'll start with this one first. So this is actually, so as I understand it, this hasn't even launched yet. The community seems a little light because I went into their group. I'm in there now, and its all-time high was almost $5, and it's still at $2.66 right now, which is crazy. I was looking through. I'm still trying to gather information on this project, but Stream It looks pretty sick. Basically, what this appears to be is kind of it's like a system that you would ultimately integrate into like your YouTube channel or your blog or something like that. And it almost kind of takes the idea of basic attention token, but gives you kind of a modular platform in the sense that you can attach it to anything. And I would use this. I was reading through that because ultimately what I was doing was I was trying to find crypto projects or masternodes with really good use cases, whether they exist now or they're in the works. Because I think that's what really means a lot to me. Volume, ROI, and use case. There are a lot of shit masternodes out there that I don't really see amounting to much of anything. But this one really caught my eye, and it's basically a way to set up a tiered kind of share the wealth kind of system where, like let's say I see so many of you guys. I have this like core group on YouTube that really support me, right? And so every time you guys come and you're in my chat and you're engaging me and you're a part of my channel, like so many of you that are here right now are, you're rewarded. And so, and it's like I'm able to set the tiers based off of engagement and how often you come back and what happened, what you do while you're here. And why does this need a blockchain? Who knows? It may not. It doesn't fucking matter. In some cases, I think blockchain development, I feel like the more use cases we have on the blockchain, whether or not there are people out there that, why do we need this on the blockchain? Whatever, man. Like, why do we need 50 different brands of bread? Why do we need 1,000 different cars of different makes and models? Why do we need one car that has 590 horsepower over another car that has 580? Who gives a shit? The idea is the more companies we have building on the blockchain and establishing strong use cases, the more adoption we get. Right now, that to me is what's more important. And I see these guys, and they're all cocky. They're like, that doesn't need a blockchain. That doesn't even need a blockchain. Like somehow blockchain technology is reserved for the elite few or something. I don't understand that mentality. Not to beat you down, Jim, but I see those kinds of comments, and I see other YouTubers and other people, and it's almost like this purist mentality that's not going to help us get anywhere. It doesn't matter if we necessarily need to have a blockchain for this or not. What matters is that we're using the blockchain. What matters is that we're spreading adoption. That's what is more important to me. So regardless of whether or not Stream It needs a blockchain, the idea is for this, I think it might. Because in what other ways, if you can tell me, what other ways you can establish a modular system that I can attach it to my YouTube channel, establish multiple tiers in a user interface that's easy for me to use, and reward my followers and my subscribers and my viewers and the people that are posting comments on my videos and so forth and so on. Tell me something that already exists out there, Jim. I'm more than happy. I'd love to know what that is. And if it doesn't use the blockchain, fantastic. But if it doesn't exist already, there's a chance that it may be utilizing the blockchain. And this is ultimately going to become a masternode. This is a masternode project, which means that by buying the currency, by buying the tokens and staking them on a wallet, ultimately you're going to generate more, which is good for guys like me who, if I want to launch a masternode, a stream, and no, they're not paying me. None of these people are paying me to say this. No, I'm not mad at you at all, man. I'm just making a point. For those of you guys that are out there and you're a YouTuber and you're thinking, you know what, I want to start a Stream It masternode. I'm going to stake some, and then I'm going to basically distribute my yield to my followers and my viewers and all of that. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that to me is just a solid system. So Stream It looks cool. Hey, Stream It, guys. If you're out there and you catch wind of this video and you want to do something, let me know, because I'm interested in learning more. I went into the Telegram channel and I asked a question. Nobody answered it. So I was kind of like, wah. And when I went to at their website, this is their website, first decentralized solution for the streamers and vloggers. And, it just seems cool, but I don't think it actually exists yet. So there's for streamers and for subscribers. And I think the logo is a little overdone, maybe a little cartoony. I mean, that's just a branding, thing, not a big deal. It's on the Quark POS algorithm, which I find interesting as well. So a 1% pre-mine, total supply, 840 million stream. Ultimately, I think this is cool. I think it's also pretty expensive. It's almost $3. In this market, buying a token for $3, especially for a platform that doesn't exist, is kind of insane. And I'm like looking through the team, and I'm like, I don't know. This kid looks like he's 11. I don't know who. Vietnamese, they always look younger, right? I don't know. He could be 40. But, there's something special over there. I don't know. A lot of Asians, man, they look young forever. So who knows? But just a very mixed bag in terms of the development team and the people that are associated with the project. And I didn't dive too deep. I really didn't. All I know is the idea sounds pretty solid and brilliant to me, and I'm going to have my eye on them to find out how does this come to, because I'm very, very interested in it. Now, another one is Theta. And, you know, Theta, to me, I was bullish on this a while ago. Love you too, Jim. All questions are just to learn. Absolutely, dude. It's cool. So, like, I don't get mad at anybody in my chat for stating opinions or posing questions. I only get rid of people that just, like, start cussing other people out and, like, you know, they're just overall trolls. And I just get rid of them because they're just, it's all good, man. So Theta token, I was pretty bullish on, actually, because I think it's a really good idea as well. Theta is a decentralized video delivery network powered by users and an innovative new blockchain. Now, the thing of it is let me see, this isn't it. Is this it? Yeah, update on Guardian nodes, an announcement of the Guardian node onboarding program. So there's this website, that's not it. This is it. This is Masternodes.online, and this is upcoming Masternode coins. Theta is an upcoming Masternode coin now. And I think this is going to be very, very interesting. And, you know, clicking this takes you to this link about the Guardian node program. And I suggest if you're a Theta holder, especially if you have any significant sum of Theta, I think this is going to be worth you looking into. You know, I'm not about, you know, guaranteeing like, oh, wow, if you get involved in this, you're going to make a windfall of money. I'm so past that at this point. I think I'm at a point where, you know, I think that this project had, like, I wish I could go back to the very beginning and know, shit, 2 years ago, what I know now. But having this knowledge and this experience moving forward is going to be vastly helpful to a lot of people. Blah, 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 crow. Interesting. By the way, Stream It replied to you saying it's coming. Natasha, I swear to God, you... I don't even know how you do what you do. It's like, Natasha needs to move to the US so that I can just make her my personal assistant and she can just handle everything for me, because she's always insanely helpful, and I pay her on occasion to do like very specific things, but she's just always trying to help. You are everywhere. You really do. You're like omnipotent or something, or whatever. Like, you know, they say God is everywhere. I don't even know what that term is, but you definitely are everywhere. So anyway, check out Theta. I mean, it's not, and this isn't necessarily like top 5 where you're guaranteed to get all these earnings. Like these first 2 don't even, I mean, like you can get the coins, but you know, the full blown plans aren't necessarily in place yet. I just think that they're going to be very solid because of the use cases themselves. Now, this I'm not going to spend a lot of time on because it's a given, but nobody can afford the damn thing. Dash is obviously like the number one masternode if you can afford it. It's at only $70 a coin right now. All-time high is 1,642. Somebody who can afford a Dash masternode at like $80 or $70,000 right now, probably going to make a really pretty penny in the future. But that's just honorable mention. Another one that I see a lot of people talking about, which is great, is the energy. I know Data Dash is really bullish on the energy, and it all sounds good. Look into it if you're interested. I personally don't have any energy. I don't even have any Dash either. I think I have a little Theta, but I honestly can't remember, and I definitely don't have any Stream It because I'm not paying $3 a piece for them, or $2.66. You know, its all-time high was $5. I believe I'll get much better earnings out of something else, unless the platform launches. I think it'll help my channel, and then I start using it to start dishing out some masternode profits to the people that are on my channel all the time. And then, you know, the 5th on my list obviously is Divi, again, in no particular order. But what I like about Divi is, even from a purely financial perspective, it's sitting at a penny right now. Its all-time high was 0.019, like basically barely 2 cents. I mean, it's the lack of volatility in the case of this kind of masternode project right now, as it's establishing its use case and partnerships and all this other stuff, and the fact that I just trust Nick. Like, talking to Nick And like having met his team through video chat and having discussions with them, they're sharp guys. They know their stuff and they're very, very passionate about the space. I do have 2 Divi Masternodes. Right here they are. These are my Divi Masternodes. I've got 2 of them, and I have 2. What do I have? I don't even remember what they're called, but I have 2 Divi Masternodes. And I'm cool with it, man. I mean, every day I'm pulling out 540. Yeah, 540 Divi tokens a day. So, it's not going to make me rich. I mean, but if these guys continue doing what I think they're going to do, I think it's going to do really well. Now, here's the thing. If you get a bunch of staking rewards at a high price and it tanks, you may have to end up diluting your bag in order to cover taxes owed that year in a downtrend. Here's the thing. I still don't yet understand how the government will expect people to pay taxes on something. So let's at least, okay, so let's say I've got a Masternode and I get, I don't know, $10,000 worth of Masternodes that come to that enter the space, right? So they're saying, okay, that's a taxable event. You're making revenue. You're generating revenue. And then it tanks. Well, if they're clocking it at the value of the day I got it, and I decide, you know what, I don't even care. I'm just going to sell it. And I sell it for $1,000. Wouldn't that be a $9,000 loss? But then they nail you because they say, well, you can only claim so much of a loss in 1 year, which to me is absolute drivel. Like, that is such bullshit. But I still don't know. I just do what my accountant tells me. I stop trying to make sense of any of this shit, especially when it comes to crypto, because honestly, it's like they're just putting out 1,000,001 ways to fuck the public. I mean, that's the way I look at it. And it's like I get that, there needs to be taxes, but I guess when I read the thing about airdrops, I was like, wow, you guys are really going too far with this shit. I mean, like, seriously, I'm going to be taxed on coins that I don't even know exist. I mean, that's a load of shit if you ask me. If I've got coins on a wallet and somebody decides to do an airdrop, what happens? I don't even know. What if I don't even know they're fucking there? Like, what if somebody just decides to do some shit coin airdrop and that becomes a taxable event for me that I'm supposed to somehow keep track of and know, and come on, man. Like, I'm not paying taxes on a bunch of shit coins I don't even know exist, am I? And how am I expected to keep track of that? I think that there's more to it that I just don't understand. So I don't know. I think it's it's like $3,000 capital gains loss. So anyway, I don't really understand. I just feel like they're really, really reaching far and wide to try and scrape up as much tax revenue as they can. And the reality is, man, how are you supposed to pay taxes on something that likely has no liquidity whatsoever anyway? It's just they really need to get their shit together and just stop trying to screw everybody. But the law is what it is for now. Yeah, I mean, it's likely going to change. It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like some old ignorant dude somewhere is just sitting there writing a bunch of tax law, and he doesn't even know how the shit works. He's just like, oh, people get stuff for free out of thin air, we'll tax that. And that's it. But they don't even understand, it was probably created out of thin air, has no value whatsoever. It's being slung around a bunch of people's wallets just as a promotional tool, and there's nothing you can do with half of it. So I don't know what kind of tax revenue. They're trying to stop you little guys from multiplying massive windfalls. Yeah. So anyway, so here's the thing. If you go to Masternodes, I completely understand. It's airdrops that I have a problem with. Don't tax me on airdrops. I don't even want 99% of the shit that would be sent to me through an airdrop. So don't try and tax me on it because I'm probably not even looking at it. You just described the US dollar. So anyway, here's the thing. These, I wish it would let me select. Let me see if it will let me go this way. All right. So these coins right here are the only masternodes right now with over $1 million in daily volume, which means there's liquidity there. And then when I look at these and I think, okay, so if I want to start a masternode and I want to make sure that my masternode profits have liquidity so that I'm able to get rid of them if I want to, which of these sounds like a better bet for me? And I'm ignoring everything underneath because it's just not going to do me any favors, okay? So the first thing I see is, wow, $103 minimum net worth. I need 10,000 of these tokens. They're a penny a piece. There's $1.1 million a day in Quark liquidity with a market cap of $2.68 million, which is not very much, but I'll also see an ROI of 121%. There's only 142 masternodes. This to me, without going into the use case or the tech or the team or any of that, this is one that if I were hunting masternodes to get into and try to get into at kind of the ground level, this is one I would look at. I would look at Quark because I'm thinking, okay, you need 10,000 of them, which that's cool. $103 to get in, 121% ROI. All right, I'm down. Here's the thing. You can set up as many masternodes as you want. However, the other side of this is, let's say it costs you $100, but you're getting 121% return on the masternode. That's fine. But what are the costs associated with running the masternode? If you're having to pay, $10, $20 for a VPS, every month to basically store the masternode, and to keep it operational 24/7, you might not be making anything. So it's a rabbit hole, but I would at least be marking this on my list as one that I'm interested in. Here's one, $950 minimum net worth, or minimum worth at 6 cents a piece. It's down almost 15% right now, I'm assuming over the last 24 hours. $1.4 million in trading volume a day. I would log this as one to look deeper into. And that's what I'm looking at. $25,000 for an energy masternode. 60% ROI. It's $2.50 a piece, so it's pretty significant. That's ultimately what I'm looking at. $5,000 for a Zcoin masternode. That to me sounds like, if you're in the mid level and you're thinking, I'm interested in a masternode, I only need 1,000 of these coins. They're about $4.7 each. Let me look at something here. $55 a month in income, passive income. So let me take a look real quick at XZC. Let's see. Zircoin. All-time high. Oh, wow. Okay. All-time high is about $170. Zcoin is a decentralized and open source currency that provides financial privacy enabled by the Zero Coin protocol, proven cryptography and auditability. So that's cool. I mean, I know Zcoin is a really popular masternode for some, but here's the thing, and this is ultimately what I'm getting at when it comes to these masternodes. There are a lot of cool projects, but the idea is to try and find the masternodes that are gonna blow up. They haven't yet. Like, Dash is obviously a really great masternode, and for the time being, you can get it pretty cheap, but it's still $70,000 for a masternode's insane. Yeah, you could probably turn that into a lot of money in the future when the markets turn around and all that stuff. But you want to really try and find a masternode that has a strong use case, and you're getting in at the ground floor. That way you're able to get in at these like pre-popularity prices, if you will. And that's ultimately all I'm saying. Like, do some research. Crow, won't XRP blow up? I mean, I think it will. I don't really know. I'm betting on it blowing up at some point and doing really, really well. The best coin for the cheapest seems to be Zen, but there's no minimum for staking POS coins. That's cool. Xenon is that masternode that hasn't blown up yet. All right, well, let's take a quick look at it. Xenon. $4,381. You need 5,000 of these puppies. Oh, wow. Come on now. Really? Hold on. ZNN. Cryptocurrency with its own blockchain. The most actual, wow, it's green everywhere. It's about $1 a piece. The most actual price for one Xenon is, okay. All-time high was $3, and that was August of 2019. Circulating supply, It's got no damn volume, though. None at all. I can't believe people are still using like flash websites. The network of momentum. Xenon is an evolutionary step in distributed ledger technology, enabling an efficient trust layer for transfer of value and data globally. Based on the network of momentum, it proposes a new type of architecture designed to overcome the limitations of current blockchain or DAG-based cryptocurrencies. Alrighty then. They waste a lot of like time and money on all these graphics just to give you tiny little bits of information and time. Yeah, I might take a look at that. I might dive a little deeper into it because that looks interesting. It's almost $5,000. But man, so it doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna spend like almost $5,000 to buy the Masternode, and then it's gonna pay me back $3,500 a month. I don't know about that. Daily income, $117. Here's the thing, like, while that sounds good, the reality is there's no freaking volume, so you're not trading this shit. And when the volume goes up, these values are going to come down, is my guess. But I don't know. Let's take a look at their GitHub real quick. I'm just curious. A little bit of activity, not really much of anything. So, okay. So my guess is that some people on this project came into chat and want me to look at it, so there you go. I don't see any of this as being truly realistic right now. Let me take a look at their community. 695 members, 95 online. All right, look, I mean, I'll look into it a little bit deeper and see. But this sounds like it's a coin from space. Ponzi sounding big time. No, I don't necessarily think that. I just think that it doesn't make sense how these numbers are so high. When there's no volume, there's really nothing to it. Are you still bullish on $140,000 Bitcoin price? Yes, I am bullish on $140,000 Bitcoin price. By the way, thanks for what you do for our community. Thanks, man. I'm trying. I am trying. It's been rough. It's been really rough. So yeah, I've got so much other stuff to do. It's 12:30. I just wanted to come on and kind of go over some of these masternodes and give everybody kind of an idea as to what I look at. The only masternode that I'm operating right now is ultimately Divi. I love my Divi masternode. I really do. I just really like Nick and his team. I mean, that's really... They have really strong goals and a lot of stuff going on. And, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, I think masternodes are just fun and it's a good time. And I think You've got your mining, you've got your trading, you've got your masternodes. You've got all these different facets, bot trading, all of this stuff. And it's all a part of the crypto space. And I just encourage everybody to learn as much as you can about all of these different things to really prime yourself for the most earning potential that you're going to be able to get out of the space moving forward. Crow, they did no ICO. They gave back your initial investment. Check out X Stakes. I don't know about that. Give anything that's X Stakes. That just sounds. Why pay for the masternode? It's like they are trying to introduce upfront costs, just like mining. I don't know. Best masternodes, PivX. I've talked about PivX. I've talked about Fusion. I've talked about Energy. The thing of it is most people don't have the money. They can't afford these crazy expensive masternodes. And I feel like to some degree, a lot of these guys that get into some of these masternodes at ground level, of course they want everybody else to adopt them. Because it just helps everybody. And I don't know. It's just some of them are so expensive. Like I would be fine if I had a masternode that cost me $1,000 or less. And that to me is like, bam, that's solid. $5 or less for a masternode that's going to pay legitimately, work fluidly, and really give me strong value over time. I think that's a fair shake as well. When you start getting into $50, $70, $100,000 or whatever for a masternode, it just becomes out of reach of the majority of the public. And so it's like I don't even really feel like it's worth me trying to push or discuss or anything. There are other projects out there that I think are going to get very good gains for people without them having to risk an arm and a leg. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off here and get back to work. It's 32 minutes. Hopefully people will watch the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see. Till next time, crow your coins. I'll see you again soon.